Do they owe us a living?
Of course they do.
Fucking do.
Of course they fucking do. They sure do.
Oh, Crass. Did you ever see them live? I never.
No, I'm too old. But I had been to the house before. No. And I just saw Penny. They were here. They had a great art show at White Columns. All of her art, they just closed like on the 26th or something. All of G's, like all the Crass imagery and stuff. And she'd been making stuff. And they were both there.
I bought this Crass album when I was in college. I go, oh, this is going to be cool. Then I open it. It opens up into this poster of like this hand on barbed wire.
Like a burnt. Like a burnt.
I'm like, oh, fuck. What is this, man?
And just a tiny little typewritten lyrics are all in there. And you're like, holy cow. I can tell you an interesting thing that I think about all the time is like when answering machines, mechanical answering machines first showed up, we didn't want to leave a message. I was like, oh shit, I don't want to leave a message. Then after a while, you're like, I only want to leave a message. Right? You're just like,
you're happy they're not there.
Yeah, I don't want them to
leave a long message. Then they pick up, oh shit,
and I thought
too long a message.
And I think that goes to just broadcasting. It's like one-way communication, which is essentially texting too. It's like you don't even care what the person says back, right?
But then think about that. So what you're saying is we communicate with someone in order not to have to communicate with them.
Yes, exactly. How is it that we get people to mingle with each other and connect in ways that they used to?
Well, for me, the problem's in the construction of that question goes into the phrase, and I fall into that pattern too. How do we get people to ... Right? And once we're in the how do we get people to do this or that, we're back into instrumentalizing humans.
Gotcha.
Then we are programmers saying, how do we get people to behave this way?
Yeah.
What Skinner box can I devise to change that human's behavior so they do this thing I want them to do? So it's a very 20th century kind of television era influence human behavior. And I get why we might want to do that, especially when we look at rise of fascism and paranoia and violence. It's like, okay, let's just get the folk to be nicer to each other.
Right.
But I guess the way I would try to recast it is, what can we do to engender a spirit of community and intimacy and contact and all that? Because the behavioral control matrix is what created this performative social media individualism to begin with. Because what we decided is, if we're going to develop the science of social control, then we're going to do it with algorithms targeted individually on each person. Mm-hmm. So we created these extremely amplified, quantized versions of human identity. And from the Russian bots to the neoliberals to identity politics, it's all about finding that exact intersection, that quantized thing of who you are, and then you perform it as well as you can in order to manifest, as the kids would say. So you don't get. You look at whatever, Gaza protests. You don't get informed protest on behalf of the Palestinian people. You get performative protest on behalf of college students of America, right? In order to, the sort of ahistorical, confused, well-intentioned, but kind of protest once removed. Yeah. And then you end up with everything once removed, with music once removed, with intellect once removed, with activism once removed, because you're kind of outside yourself performing this thing.
Yeah.
And the get people to model is what actually led to that.
Yeah.
Right. So what we're looking at instead is how do we help people drop all that and muster the courage to look in someone else's eyes, right? You look in someone's eyes, it's this crazy holy act, but it's for a lot of people, they can't do this anymore. They can't do that.
There's so much talk of like mindfulness and some like Buddhist way of just, meditating and things. And I don't think that really sells people in the world of just like enjoying each other's company and just letting other people, when you talk to other people, you get energy from them. And
Yeah.
I mean, I realize you could do that in your one-way communication on social media too.
Well, you can in a chat room or an email. I can get an email from somebody, then have a conversation. It's like chess by mail.
Yeah, for
You know,
sure.
But people would be excited
sure.
by chess
Yeah.
by mail. But you think back to people who play chess by mail. Like I saw them on the first time I saw it was like in an episode of Columbo in the 70s.
Yeah,
like
sure.
one of the murderers was playing chess by mail. But it was almost like part of the sociopathic personality was someone who, rather than playing chess live, is like, oh, let's see what Gottfried is, okay, he's done that.
You need like a letter opener to be
Yeah,
like,
right, exactly. But you take months at that, and it's a way of interacting with people from this great distance. And
It's
now-
safer. I mean, I think it's safer. Even though
It
people are talking about getting
seems
bullying.
safer, but it makes the entire society more brittle.
Yeah, for sure.
I mean, look at us. It makes us much less resilient. I mean, one of the things I've been talking about lately, I put it in the epilogue to the new book, was, sort of the borrow a drill philosophy. So you need a drill to make a hole in the wall. And the first thing most people do in America, I'm going to go to the Home Depot, get a minimum viable product drill, and use it once and stick it in the garage.
Amazon,
never
you
use
can
it
buy
again.
one for cheap.
Right. Rather than having the courage to go to your neighbor and say, Bob, can I borrow your
Totally.
drill? And why is that so scary? Because then you owe something to Bob. Bob's going to want to come over. Bob's going to be your friend.
Yeah.
Oh,
Bob can
no.
judge your ability to use the drill.
Well, he's probably going to do it himself. He's not gonna let me use
exactly.
it. That's better.
I'd love to have Bob come over and use the drill.
Right, but then he's going to want you to invite him over to have a barbecue or to hang out. He's going to ask you to tutor his daughter in math or something.
Yeah.
Which is what community is. That is actually fun. And you're going to tutor his daughter in math, and you're going to get that pleasure because your kid's in school already, in college, and you're going to be there and actually do it right for this guy when you fucked up your own kid's math.
So how do we find the others?
They're right around.
Yeah.
They're all around.
You got to look, right?
Yeah. I mean, find the others originally meant like find the other weirdos like us.
Yeah.
And I still play that game, walking down the streets of New York waiting.
Yeah, me too.
There's one.
Yeah.
There's one. Hey, dude, hey. You find one, and you just, even that 2 seconds of connection is enough to kind of recalibrate yourself in this crazy world.
I tell this story all the time about growing up when marijuana was illegal. And whenever I used to smell people smoking pot, I thought, oh, this could be a kindred spirit when I was a kid, right?
One of us.
Nowadays, I'm just like, this could be anybody.
Right.
But sometimes when I smell somebody smoking a cigarette, even though I never smoked, I think, now that might be one of my people.
One of my originals, maybe.
That could be one of my people.
But the real object of finding the others is to find the other in the person who's there. You can't be with the one you love the one you're with. Like meet your neighbors. I know you don't like your neighbors. Meet your neighbors and find the other in there. Yeah. There's one of you in there. Talk to these, especially after this election. Really try to heal with whatever it is that you see as the other side, because they're not the other side. Everybody's dealing with the collapse of nation state. We're through that. We're at the end of nation state now.
Yeah.
So what happens? You have multiple reactions to that.
Can we go outside for this show? Sure.
So, this is the publishing company in a bar.
I love
It's a very, very efficient arrangement.
Yeah, awesome. To one hand washes the other.
Yeah, I mean, it just saves so much time.
I love that. It's funny because I was talking to Doug Rushkoff, and I saw he was going to be here in town, and it said he was going to be at the OR Books, and I was like, I have no idea. I live on First Avenue at like 7th and 8th.
Oh, okay.
And I was like, how could I not know where this place is? Then I knew I was like, oh, I know where the bar is, but I didn't realize that you guys are in the back. I think it's pretty fabulous.
It's like a cave in the back there.
Well, I haven't seen it yet, so I'm excited. I'm excited to take a look. But
Laura, hi. I was so tempted to come and put a sign behind your head. Even more of an interruption.
no, we love it.
This is Laura Flanders.
Hello, Laura. My name is Trace.
Hey, Trace, nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
One of our authors. From
Oh,
way
beautiful!
back.
I love this. I mean,
back.
I love your style.
Well, thank you so
I
much.
mean,
What about his?
well, I haven't gotten. We just walked out here. I hadn't gotten to him yet.
I'm here for this.
I love this.
Yeah, absolutely.
Oh, good.
Even better, right?
And we're getting
And we're getting together in a few weeks. Yeah. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you as well. I like this chore jacket though. I like that. It's cool.
You go in the back, there's a kind of large doorway, and the publishing company runs out of the back.
That's cool. You can see, I just bought this from a street vendor a little while ago on the
right,
street.
okay.
And what I love about this version of this book is it has this crazy
Oh, that's nice.
mind map in it, which is like a,
Wow.
yeah, pretty nifty, right?
Yeah, it is.
So this is based on this idea of like a mind palace where you store your memories like in a house, but this one is an older one, really old I think, but it's based on like a theater, right? And you put things that you want to remember in these quadrants somehow. It's like a trip, right?
I could really do with something like this.
Yeah, no, I think it's probably easier. So the version that I heard many years ago from someone, I mean, it's a pretty old book, this one, and was that a good way to do it is to imagine a house that you grew up in or you lived in, and just to put things in certain rooms. Just remember, like, this stuff lives there. I mean,
Well, I look forward to seeing you once you've read it, and you're going to be able to remember everything.
and you're like, Trace, don't you remember to come by again to the kite club? It's like, I haven't seen you for a while. It's like, oh, I totally forgot we did that. You know. So how long have you been in this here?
A couple of years.
Oh, yeah. From the very beginning it opened? From the first time the bar opened, you guys were in the back? That's fucking cool.
I mean, go and have a look.
Super fucking.
Go and have a look at the office. You just keep going back, you'll come to it. Just feel free to go in. Have a look around. Well, that one there, you can see Ed Wood's book. That was the only book we've ever published.
This one?
With a sweater. We were actually publishing a biography of Ed Wood. But you know, he was famous for wearing a pink Angora sweater.
I love that.
So we made sweaters for the book.
It's very cool. It's super cute. Look at that. Yeah, that's awesome. I mean, the beauty of it is that you guys can have some fun with it, right? I mean, obviously you love books. You've been in the publishing business for
All my life.
for your whole life, right?
I mean, it's adult life, yeah.
What got you into book publishing? Just loving books?
I guess it was probably because my parents, when my sister and I were kids, every Saturday they would take us to the library and we would get out books
I love it.
to read, and then they would take us to in America I guess you'd call it the candy store, and we would buy
Some sweets.
sweets with our pocket money, and then you'd take the books and the sweets home and sit
And you associate them.
consume the two together.
And they are just-
So it's like a Pavlovian reaction.
I love it.
Books are like candy.
It's funny. I grew up loving books so much too. I love books. I love physical books. I'm really kind of agnostic about reading on my phone, but we end up reading a lot on your phone anyway. I, at one point, I went to the University of Texas. I went to graduate school. I was like, what am I going to do? I was working, doing film stuff, but I was like, I might as well go back. And I was like, I'll become a librarian. I thought it'd be cool to be a research librarian. So college kids would come and ask me questions.
Yeah,
And I was like, go find out the answer and then tell me. Tell me what you've learned. And I was like, it's a win-win. But the interesting thing about library school was all the people who were in it with me, they didn't really love books. They wanted to be like school teachers. It was so strange because I loved the art of, I loved books. In fact, I got so far down in the repairing stuff, you know, it's like I wanted to be someone who repaired books, but there's only about 10 of those jobs in the world.
Right.
And, but I was just like, so many of them didn't really have a joy of reading or anything, and I was really shocked by that.
That is surprising.
Yeah, it could have just been those Texans.
You're
I think,
fine.
I think most librarians are. Well, thank you very much for this. I won't waste
Okay,
much of your time because I know you've got
you've
work to do. Yep.
The Central World Publishing.
Yeah, wow. I never dreamed there would be a book publishing outfit in the back of a bar, but it seems like the perfect mix.
Or Snape and Adam, After or Yah and Eve. Thank you.
When can I find you again to write me a poem? Because now I'm like, wow.
Yes.
I saw that and I'd seen before.
I also mail them, so
Okay. I just love to watch someone type things. It's funny, I was just looking for someone to type stuff the other day for me for
Oh
something.
wow.
So
Okay.
I actually was writing down words. I was like, I wonder how she does it. I was thinking, I wonder how if she like takes the pulse of someone or she just whips it, she just writes a
So
poem.
I do have a favorite question. I like to ask
Yeah.
people what's on
Yeah.
your heart in this moment. And that I like doing that because it just brings people to the moment.
Yeah.
It's like I'm not asking you how you feel today.
Yeah.
Just in this moment. And then what's on your heart. Like not what's on your mind, what are you thinking about?
I wrote down these 3 things that I think about art. So we've been filming this show. It's like drifting through the spectacle, noting the marginal, refusing to let belief limit surprise. Those are my things. So this is my jam, right? I mean, I look like this guy, but it's like, don't let always be surprised, right? Don't come with you may. You can take a photograph and you can have it.
Yes, actually.
You may.
I'm just like, I write everything.
Yeah, cool. I mean, me too. Well, you see I have all these cards. I'm not doing anything today but writing shit down.
Right, same.